And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are experimenting again with a different car. Well, the same car. We're back with the Firehawk, and we're going to do a four-wheel drive experimental variant. Alright? So, this time, we're going to do longitudinal 4x4. And it's going to be a bit interesting here. We're going to go back to... 6.5S. And we're going to see how this one works. We're going to use the exact same engine. And we're going to go manual, single clutch, 5-speed. It's saying we have a 183 again. Of course, we haven't put the weight on this thing yet. Yep, there we go. With an open. I'm pretty certain I just told you that we're using a 4x. Right? Did you guys catch that? Yeah, 4x4. Alright, let's take a look at the trim here. Like this. Two piston, one piston, race brakes all the way. None. We have to do airflow again. And use the same grill design we did last time. Actually, this one needs fewer vents than the other one did. Yep, we've got to put the handles back on. Forgot about that. And exhausts. And let's shove a wing on her too. And badges. I like this as like a race badge, you know. You could, no, you still can't put them on any side. You have to put them where they want you to. Okay, let's go back into here. How much cooling does this engine require again? 451. So let's do that. It's a two-seater with sport. With a premium, no power steering. Advanced, and someone's going to ram this thing into a wall at high speed. Yep. Standard twin-tube passive sport. Alright, so let's look at this stat here. Top speed's a little less. It doesn't like the engine. Understeer, oversteer issues, again. They like the gearbox better. Chassis quality, again, chassis stiffness is always an issue. Brake fade's a bit better. Brake balance is okay. Yeah. Alright, so... what's going on over here? Where's wheel spin? Alright, so there's that information. There we go, that got some wheel spin down. So these are going to be small. Okay. So remember, this is basically the same vehicle, right? Brake fade's a lot lower on this model. It's 220 size I can go on that, yeah. Alright, so it looks like we've handled as much brake fade as we can deal with here. Which is fine. That's fine. What other issues do we have with this experimental version? Yeah, brake fade's an issue, brake balance is an issue. They're not thrilled with the drivetrain, but... or with the wheels. Wheel load is okay. Wheel spin, yeah, well, you know... you guys are gonna have issues with that, no matter what I do. They like the top speed. Understeer, oversteer issues. Great. Alright, camber time. Oops. I don't want this thing to, like, flip out and kill anyone. They like the increased damper stiffness. Sway bar stiffness. Makes drivability better, but... okay. If I boost the ride height a bit... brought up my drivability, like, negligible cost of sportiness. Okay, so what else can we do with this thing? If I shove in power steering, what's that going to do with my stats? Well, that boosts it a little bit, but not by much. Boosts my safety a little bit, which is okay. Alright, what else can I do to this thing? Let's see what the detailed stats say on this one. I forgot to start my timer again. Looking at markets. It's good for super, good for hyper. Good for muscle premium. Not good for muscle, because of, I think, the low affordability there. I'm actually in pretty good standing on super, hyper, and muscle. Yeah, that's not bad. Muscle premium. I'd have to drop things down a bit for those. Yeah, okay. So... there. Well, what if I did... let's see. If I put a lip on this thing, right? Let's say that we are an aeronautics company. How about that? We used to build airplanes, so we have a good understanding how this is supposed to work. Get... Alright, so then let's look back over in here. Doesn't really change that much. Fine. Why is my steering doing weird things again? Oh, that's my low-speed steering. Oh, okay. I get it. And that's my high-speed steering up towards 120. Where this thing basically loses all control whatsoever. Yeah. Look at that. You can go in a straight line. That's about all you can do. That is literally all you can do is a straight line drive. Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, we got a 35 out of that. So what lesson can we take out of this thing? I need to rename this. What did we call it? We called it the Dynamo, didn't we? Thank you. Alright. That's not too bad. It's scoring pretty well over here. A little lower down Hyper, but it's scoring pretty well for both Hyper and Super. And let's make a new model of this, shall we? Well, what did we learn? Alright, so we learned that if we go back to the Super Sport, sportiness is lower. Alright, so what we can do here is I think we have cooling to spare here. Yeah, we do. Oh, excuse me. They actually did a lot right off the bat. If we gave this thing some extra venting, maybe? We get rid of this. Put that in there, right? That looks silly. No, that's not what I wanted to do. More vents than you know what to do with. And we can expand this out a little bit, and then shift it, weave it down. There we go. Now if we go back out to here, there we go. We need to be at 451. There. Shove some extra airflow at the brakes. Good. Now, can we reduce our brake size a little bit? Hey, look at this. Nope. A little bit. We can reduce it by a little bit. .6% brake fade isn't too bad. Now, if we look at the tire statistics, we're at 25-29. So, 25-29, but then we increased... .7, 31.4. Okay. Let's take another look at our suspension system. Here we go. 23 across the board. 23, 33.4. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Let's just check out our gearing over here. That looks fine. Boost the quality a little bit. Bring up the ride height. Helps our bottom out. You know, I think this will be good. So we're good in the hyper, the super, and actually pretty decent muscle premium. Not too shabby. Oh boy. No. Alright, so let's see how this goes. We'll keep it about 50-50. Alright, I don't understand this. Team leader. Ah, okay. Okay. Yeah, alright. This is a lot of info. Go with the suspension expert. And we have to balance him, right? So, we need someone who's pretty good. Choose use a staff member. So you got someone who's good with brakes. Someone good with tires. Solomon, you look pretty good. And then we need someone who's pretty good with the transmission. Marson. And then you. You. Secondary team leader. Someone's good with monocoque chassis. Actually, you know what? We'll go with someone who's good with safety. Alright. Five years engineering time. Yeesh. So it's pretty good across the board. Yeah, 5 years, 9 months. Look at that. Or just straight up 5 years. Oh, I see. They level up. Okay, that should be good. Engine design. Who's my team leader here? You with the V8s. You just became my team leader. And you just became DHC head. 4 years, 8 months. And let's see here. NA tuning. And we need someone who's good with exhausts. And you. All right, so 4 years and 3 months. Good. We'll start at a medium factory. Put another team lead on there. Wow, okay. You do small-scale production really well. And then... there we go. And there we go. Nice. How do we perform? I don't see how we perform. Okay. Well, that's neither here nor there. But... if we switch to this mode... best competitor. Really? So we're about as affordable, but our car is way more desirable than theirs. Yeah, our car is very desirable, but it's a bit pricey. The higher the better. Well, we're above 100, so we're at 221 on all those. Nice. Okay. So it looks like we did pretty well. At least the Super Sport. We're going to have to design a less ridiculous vehicle. Let's go with less ridiculous. Yeah, okay. Let's go with less ridiculous, shall we? Yeah. And the thing is, everyone who wants a sports car loves our vehicle. So let's design an engine that's a little less absolutely bonkers. Let's call this trim the... let's just call it the Sport. Okay, so rear-wheel drive. 2-door. And we're actually going to use the Dynamo again. This time, though, we're going to create a new variant of the Dynamo. Again, we're going to use forged steel, H-beam, forged. We're going to make this a bit smaller, though. Because it max size is a 5.8. So we'll make this a... Let's call it a 5.2. And we're going to call this a 5.2 Sport. Sport. Alright, we're going to leave all that the same. Make sure it knows it's naturally aspirated. Carburetor. We're going to go with a... Well, we'll see how this thing works out, actually. Alright, so we're having valve float problems again. That doesn't surprise me. Then we're only pulling about 281 horsepower out of this engine. Which is, if we look over here, if we compare it to the 351, okay, so the racing 351 is 7.4 liters. Alright, so we're going to look at the standard 451, which produced about... Oil dipstick was moved. Come on, tell me how much horsepower. 290. Alright, 290 horsepower. It's a decent target number. I know I'm getting some valve float here, which is... that's okay. Getting some valve float. Nah, I don't like that valve float. I really don't like that valve float issue. This is, now 5.3. I don't know how I'm getting the valve float now, actually. Oh, because I'm using... No, we're still using a dual overhead cam. That's when I'm getting valve float. Alright, let's take our compression up. This is naturally aspirated, so we want good compression. I don't want to play monkeys with my fuel mixture again. We'll give it a bit more fuel mixture here. I'll give it not that much more fuel mixture. Right to there. We're at 97. We're not capping out our RPM limits yet, which is fine by me. Oh. Heh, there we go. Just a bit more quality on that engine did me fine. So let's up our RPM a little bit. Eek, eek. So we're getting valve float and reduced reliability because we're at its RPM limit. That's about as best as we can do, though. So let's also... do that. So this 5.2 is producing about 409. It's not bad. And that's just using a standard intake. If we throw this up into a performance intake, or heaven help me, a race intake, and that's with a twin carb, too. Now, Yeah, there's no real reason to go over to the 4-barrel versus the DCOE. The 2-barrel, yeah, it can't handle this, right? It's just not going to pull this off at all. Yeah, okay. Again, no mufflers. So this idea here is that we're going to produce a less expensive. I can't go with that, can I? Nope. Nope. Oh, we can switch over to cast, though. Oh, that causes engine knocking. And it takes an unacceptable reliability hit. If we go to cast iron crank, we gain some weight, and some cost. But we lose some production units on it. Yeah, we'll stay with the steel there. Even with the conrods like this? Yeah, we're better off like that. So this isn't quite as ridiculous an engine. But unfortunately, you guys are going to sit around for the next episode to actually see what we're going to fit this engine into. So this has been Mr. Kassarian. I want to thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and I will see you all next time.